Kayn and Boomasaur already walking up to another for a beautiful honor duel. Kayn going for a bow, Boomasaur going for a bow. After setting up a gateway on Team Red, we have some big data in here as a Worgen depression in the back. Garber is at Arms Warrior and Kazoo as a Demon Hunter, dropping a couple of those corruptions, which is Anchor Man, Seawork as a Frost Mage. We got also Demonic on standby and Demon Hunty just doing a little bit of a song and dance. Kayn getting stun locked right now by Boom right after popping a trinket. Gonna be an invis for Boom for that touch of death. Is gonna go for that invisibility, taking no damage from the touch of death, throwing down one demon bolt at Kayn, and it's gonna hit him with the drain left for a little bit. Kayn, did he just bike the did Kayn just bike the pet? It looks like Kayn might have used the bike or sim. That's gonna be a second pet for Boom right now. It's gonna get a turned up and running Karma to fall into Kayn. That's gonna be huge diffuse magic. It looks like the Karma is gonna huge damage out of Booster either way. What is going on? Boom is just melted. Oh my god, and Whirling Dragon Punch to finish him off at the end. Kayn, he didn't have touch of death at that point. Was that Karma? Okay, so I don't understand about Karma. He popped Diffuse Magic and Karma. He's taken some melee damage, some physical damage, some magic damage. Does Karma ignore defenses you put up? Like Kayn takes less damage because of Diffuse Magic. Does Karma do that reduce damage? Or does Karma take the original hit and Kayn just has a diffuse so he heals for more essentially? I don't know, it's weird. Depression is trying to see if he can just one-shot Kayn. Looks like he might have it in. Oh, trying to see if he can get himself a Dragon Kick out of there, but without any more defenses after using all of them into Boomasaur. Down he goes. Next up is going to be Demon Hunty getting him with a stun to follow by Depression. So much damage back to back. And one of these bad boys has stars. It looks like it's the one with maybe a Think from Beyond. Using the cloak to deal with a Think from Beyond. Trying to see if he can get a stun onto Depression. Trying to see if he might be able to reduce his health down to 0 before his health goes down. Getting a short stun onto Depression. Back swinging into a fell rush right after. I-beam to follow again. Trying to see if he can heal. Trinket being blown out of nowhere. Didn't even have to Trinket anything. It looks like Depression might have him on the ropes. But looks like he doesn't have Metamorphosis anymore. Healing is going to be heavily reduced. Stun on Demon Hunter for a second. Might have enough damage right here into a Can Strike. And down he goes. Demon Hunter came in. And it didn't look like he was really all that prepared. Seawork getting a polymorph onto Depression. But looks like he was kind of messing with him. Rune of Power coming out. Might be huge damage here. Big blood of the enemy. Into a Root. Into a Cone of Cold. I think that was a little bit of damage. I think he tried to go for a big Cone of Cold damage. Huge shadows right now by Seawork. Off of the blood of the enemy. Into a Ray of Frost. Depression cannot go anywhere. Just still getting lance from a distance. Not a lot he can really do. Another Cone of Cold right after. And Seawork getting hit with a Stump for second Depression. Catching that I-beam. Actually might be able to catch himself a little bit of healing if he gets more Annihilates in there. Seawork still trying to kite him around as best as possible. Trying to land this Frostbolts in. Might be able to get another Freeze and maybe another Cone of Cold here. He's trying to go for the big Cone of Cold playstyle here, boys. Apparently there's an honor talent where Cone of Cold, when it's used on a target that's frozen, does like 400 more damage. And with Blood of the Enemy, you can get yourself a big hit. I think you gotta have a specific build for it with traits. And I don't know if he has it. But he's still trying to play it as best as possible. Tried it. Let's see how well it works. Big Dada is up next. As a demon, I was gonna say Demon Hunter for some reason, but no, he's actually kind of like a Demon Master. Gotta say, dude, the Worgen models are a lot better. Miles better than what they were. Miles better. Like, even the animation for running. They used to look like they're sliding around, but now it looks like they're actually running on the surface. That's gonna be Seawork versus Big Dada here in the open. To Seawork popping off and Viz. He's gonna go for a big setup. Polymorph trying to come out. Does go for a Shimmer. Might be able to go for a huge setup onto the Big Dada. Trying not to get stunned by the pet. He's actually putting the pet off to the side for the stun in case Seawork goes for a setup. Gonna be Rune of Power. Stuns the Rune of Power. Triggers out of Blood of the Enemy into a Death Coil onto Seawork. Actually trying to suppress all his damage here in the opener. Is gonna get a freeze. Reflect up for Dada. I don't know if Seawork was able to get that. And Seawork actually got himself the spell steal for the reflect, so Dada got a fear on himself. I don't know if Seawork was able to get himself a proper setup with a Cone of Cold onto the Warlock or not. It looks like he tried to, but I think Reflect might have not reflected damage back. I think it nullified it, basically. Tentacle Dance coming out for the Warlock. Zero might just have to go for the normal playstyle until Rune of Power is back up and running. Blizzard on the other side, trying to keep the Warlock slowed as best as possible. It looks like so far he's been able to do quite well. It's going to be another Felguard getting summoned up, but Seawork, I think, dodged the stun by the Felguard. It was line of sight. Rune of Power onto Dada into... Oh, he got himself, actually, the Cone of Cold. I don't know how much damage that essentially did. Maybe he popped a Warlock Hellstone off that in the slow motion. I might be able to show you. Ray of Frost coming out for Seawork is going to slow down Dada for quite a while. Does go for the interrupt. Is going to control the pet for Seawork, trying to reduce the amount of freezes he's going to have to eat. And Seawork so far has been doing just fine. Dada haven't been able to get too many demons in there. Not enough imps to really get the big damage going, as imps is a good portion of his just overall sustained damage. Finally getting some imps up and running. For Seawork, a lot of kiting is going to be going on here. Might have to wait until another setup with a polymorph into a Nova. Looks like Nova's not going to be there. Freeze might be there, though. He's going to throw whatever shatters he can. Add the Warlock while he's going for Drain Life. Into more shatters for Seawork right now. Getting quite a bit of damage into a full setup with a Frozen Orb. That is taking a little bit of damage. Slowed completely. Can't really go anywhere. It's going to get interrupted. Blizzard by Seawork right now. Trying to continue the slows onto Dada for a second. It's going to blow to the enemy passive. And Frozen Bolts coming out. It's going to get massive shadows. Huge crits on Dada. Might be going down. He just two Icicles. Walling this damage. Might have to pop a Reflect here. A huge flurry into an Iceland's barely any health. Trinket and nothing. And down he goes. Seawork getting hit with a stun into an Ice Block immediately from Kazoo. That's his, actually used one Ice Block already, so he's not gonna have, or no, maybe he just Ice Blocked and now he popped the cooldown. Now he's gonna have a second Ice Block. Okay, he just gotta do buffer him for a second before he can use another. Gonna be short stun by Kazoo. Needs to peel the Demon Hunter off of him immediately. Blur from Kazoo up and running a little early. Polymorph trying to make it happen. Gonna be a little bit of a reflect, or a bit of a shadow melt there. There's going to be more Ice Novas just to keep the Demon Hunter at bay. Does get that extra tentacle. Trying to kill the tentacle. Polymorph comes out onto Kazoo. Seawork needs to desperately get himself some heals ASAP. Might have to keep the pet next to Kazoo so he can freeze him as he's making his way over. Is he going to be able to? Might be able to freeze him maybe. So he can get a little more food. Pet is attacking him. Trying to keep him in combat. It's going to not get that much food though. Not getting food at all, because it does get frozen with a Frozen Orb. Might actually be able to get himself a little bit of healing now. Does get a Blizzard on one side, Orb on the other. Looks like he's not going to be able to find himself a moment to eat at all, because he's still getting those tentacle procs. Let's see if we're having to spend a global kill on those. He's going to try to go for Rare Frost and Kazoo. Let's just try to close the gap. Going to be Trinket out of Seawork. Might not Ice Block this here early. Does Ice Block. Which they had anyway to heal it, because he's just going to turn around to the pet just to get himself whatever healing he can while Metamorphosis is up. Did he actually kill the pet? He did! Did he get the soul from the pet? I think he might have gotten the Reaping Flames, getting dodged by Seawork with a little bit of a shield. Barely any health left though, and down he goes. He tried to make the Cone of Cold build work. Did quite a bit of damage here and there. But against Kazoo, a Demon Hunter playing a Frost Mage is rough. Unless you have all your cooldowns. It's going to be a tough one. Demoniac is up next. Where's this Kazoo going for big damage? No Vendetta out of them yet. Actually, no, he's Subtlety instead. Drink coming out of Kazoo off that stun is going to be yet another cheap shot, but Demoniac is going to be Evasion to follow. Just trying to maintain himself as best as possible. Kazoo got plenty of abilities that are non-physical nature. Going through the Evasion, Darkness coming down. Does go for the cloak as well. Using the Legendary Cloak just to get all the corruptions off of him, maybe to deal with the eye damage. Shadow Step coming out for Demonic as they try to get away from Kazoo. Getting him with a stun. Could Trinket out of it. Does go for Trinket. Might not go for advantage. Blind onto Kazoo. Does Demonic have any more trinkets? More tools behind him? Oh! He just got obliterated while Kazoo wasn't blind. The procs from Azeroths were just way too good. Some kind of Azeroth procs. I think it just random Azeroth procced onto Demonic, which procced another Azeroth, and it just got spiked at the end there with the Azeroth spike. That was insane. That wasn't because it was literally blinded, and he died while he was blinded. Oh my goodness! And oh, Anchorman didn't even get a chance to play. He got a tussle with a muscle a little bit, but down he goes. Oh my goodness! Oh, what was that? No, can someone explain me how you died while blind? What? Receiver damage was mostly Iceland's Obsidian Claw doing quite a bit. What about that Cone of Cold? It did 15% of someone's health and damage when it crit. Only 60k Cone can pull off the big stuff. So good. So good, my man. Jeff Can got a 5. Good to go. Good to go.